Nice to meet you. This is the Hobby IT channel. Thank you for watching today. In this channel, it is a video that challenges making things with IT. Programs and circuit diagrams are available on the website below, so please make use of them. Let's have fun together. I would like to do electronic work that acquires images with an IoT camera and saves them in Google Drive. This series was supposed to be completed in 4 videos, the first of which was an overview of how to operate IoT cameras in Google Cloud. This time, it is Google's setting of the second concrete work. We will work on Google Cloud settings and curl commands for using APIs on microcomputers such as ESP32. Ultimately, it is the content that acquires the client ID and token used in the program. Let's take a look at the overall workflow. The work is mainly carried out in the following 4 steps. Set up Google Cloud in the first step 1 and get the client ID, secret key, etc. In step 2, use the obtained client ID with the curl command to obtain the device code, verification URL, etc. In step 3, access the obtained verification URL from a web browser such as Chrome and set the permission settings for Google services for your account. In step 4, use the client ID and device code obtained using the curl command again to obtain a refresh token. If you can get this refresh token, you are ready to use the API. Set these acquired client IDs and refresh tokens in the program and use the Google Cloud API. This time, it is a video of getting various IDs and keys so far. Now, let's actually work from step 1. This screen is a screen that uses Chrome as a web browser. First of all, please note that you are already logged in with your Google account. As you can see, the site is accessing the Google search screen. Now, let's search for Google Cloud Platform. Access the Cloud Platform and create a new project. Any name is fine, but a name that you can understand later is better. This time, we will use Hobby, IT, and PJ. Create as you enter. Once created, set the selected project back to the project you just created. Select your API service from the left menu and select Credentials. Next, select OAuth Client ID from Create Credentials. Click Configure Consent screen to proceed to the app creation screen. The user type will be accessed from anywhere on the internet, so select External. Create when you choose. Next, enter the application information. First, enter your name. This time, select Hobby, IT, and App. User support mail sets the Gmail of the currently logged in Google account. The developer also sets up Gmail for the same Google account. Save the settings on this screen and proceed to the next step. This time, we will not set any particular scope such as limit, so save without changing anything and proceed to the next step. We will not be setting a test user here either, so save without making any changes and proceed to the next step. This completes the application creation, so return to the dashboard screen. Here, we will publish the created application. If you press this button, it will be published, so we will implement it. Again, we will select the authentication information for the API service. Since the app has been created, select Create OAuth Client ID from Create Authentication again. For application type, select EV and Restricted Input Devices. Since the name is used with ESP32, it will be called ESP32 Client. Since it's the first one, I put 1 at the end, but you can name it anything. Click Create to proceed. Now, various IDs and so on have been generated. The generated client ID and secret key will be used later, so save them as they can be downloaded in JSON format. Next, enable settings for the services to be used. This time we will use Google Drive, so we need to set up that service. Choose to enable APIs and services. Search Google Drive and select the displayed Google Drive API. We will enable this. It is now activated. This completes the settings related to Google Cloud in step 1. Next, we will start working on step 2. In step 2, use the curl command to access the Google Cloud and acquire device codes and other information. First, let's understand the curl commands that we will be using. This command allows you to freely set data such as communication protocol and request parameters for communication. When browsing a website, the web browser communicates with the protocol called HTTP, receives data from the server, displays it, and can see the site. Similarly, HTTP communication is performed, but the curl command can freely set parameters and send arbitrary requests, so we will use it. This time, we will acquire the device code etc. by specifying parameters and requesting to the Google Cloud. Since it is implemented as standard on Windows, Mac, Linux, etc., it is often used. Now let's actually run the command. Make preparations before executing. The curl command itself is long, so create the command in advance with a text editor. What kind of command to execute is described in the Hobby IT site, Google official guide, etc., so copy and paste there and rewrite only the necessary parameters. This time, it is necessary to rewrite the client ID to the value obtained in step 1. You can use any text editor, such as Notepad, but this time we will use the Sakura editor. Let's create it. Here's a text editor where I've copied and pasted the command type from earlier. We will rewrite this client ID part with the acquired value. The rewrite is now finished. Execute this created command. This time, we will use the command prompt on a Windows terminal to execute the curl command. Copy and paste the command you just created and run it. Now I got the value. You can confirm that the device code etc. have been acquired. Note that the deadline is 30 minutes of 1800 seconds, so step 4 must be completed within 30 minutes. Since the code has an expiration date, we will quickly carry out the next step. Launching web browser. Copy and paste the verification URL obtained in step 2. I opened the verification URL. You will be asked to enter the code, so enter the user code obtained in step 2. Note that you enter the user code, not the device code. Next, select the Google account you want to authorize. Allow the app. You are done. This time, it will be managed as a security allowed app for the selected account. That's all for step 3, so let's move on to step 4. Step 4 is the final step. This will get you a refresh token. Here is the curl command to run. Copy and paste this type into a text editor in the same way as in step 2, rewrite the necessary parameters, and create a command. With a text editor, rewrite the client ID, client secret, and device code to create the command to be executed in advance. The rewrite is now finished. Execute this created command. Copy and paste the command you just created and run it. Now I got the value. We will use the refresh token obtained this time. These IDs and tokens will be written into the ESP32 program and used. This makes the Google Cloud API available. Please refer to the separate video for the specific ESP32 program and how to use it. Now, the specific work of Google settings is complete. We will continue to take on the challenge of making things using IT like this, so please give us a high rating and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.